Hello and welcome to the Ink Archive. My name is Briar, and today I am joined with Tyler as we have some fun games today doing off our very first Infinity League night. This is exciting. Are you excited, Tyler?
Yeah, we wanted to do Infinity for this past week, just because we know Fabled is a little hard to get some places, so we were like, let everybody take a week, try to get their Fable stuff before we fully commit to rotation, and just let everybody experience Fable just a little bit. So we do have set 9 legal for this week at our store. Um, what do you? I was not there for this week. So what am I looking at here, Briar?
Yeah, so we are looking at Alex, who is on our left here. He is playing dogs, Amber Emerald dogs. Not with Chernabog. He didn't have the Chernabog today, but he was just playing kind of like more of just your kind of rotated version of Chernadogs. So he's just dogs, pretty much being aggro, being a very aggressive deck here. And then Daniela, who is on our right, she will be playing with princesses. So she's kind of doing like this princess tribal thing where now you have access with this new one-cost Aurora that lets you be able to play your princesses after she quests for one less, so which is great. So it makes your Ariels being able to play on turn 2 now to find your songs that you need, or any of your other princess characters, which is really nice because you've also have this new queen that lets you discard a princess or a queen card and then grabs a character from the discard and adds it to your hand, which is really nice. So you can recur a lot of your princess characters or any of your other characters. So if your Ariel got banished earlier, now you get to bring it back, play some more songs, try to find them, and get to where you need to go and get to the game, clear some boards, and draw some more cards as well.
Yeah, I do really like the new queen for this, especially to get back some of her bigger threats. I don't know what she updated this to. I know she's like updated it with the Fable 9, Fable stuff like you just said. Um but I do know before she was running Cinderella Stouthearted and the Aerial Sonic Warrior as her like top end. And so I'm curious if she's still on some amount of both of those cards. I imagine she's on 4 of the Aerial. I don't know about the Stouthearted. But like the sorry, the Queen just being able to throw back your like Auroras that don't do a ton later in the game and just get back a Stouthearted instead is like super super nice. It does like a reasonable impression of like Chippendale or like the big shift one or something like that just says, hey, go get your big threats back. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I know there's actually one of the bigger threats that we see in there that actually supports a lot of the princesses is the new beast. It is going to be a 5 cost that lets you grab back, or not even grab back, it powers up your princess characters, which is really nice, by 1 strength and 1 willpower. So it makes your princesses pretty strong at this point. And he's a really strong card as well. I believe he's a 4/5 or a 5/4. One of the two.
Yeah.
It's one of the split, but he's really strong. He can definitely come out and help make some of your characters a little bit more harder to deal with, or making your princesses, challenge into those characters and take out their bigger threats a lot quicker, which is nice. It's a very strong card that came out for this Princess Tribal deck.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of the things in this game that you have to be a little bit careful of when including like your quote unquote lords, something like the beast that says, hey, everybody on the team gets +1/+1. You have to be careful how many of those you include that are not in the archetype that you're playing. But I believe that's like the only like non-princess she's playing, maybe besides Ralph somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, she's definitely playing.
Right.
She is definitely playing the. Believe she's playing the Steel Ralph. I believe is what she's playing.
Yeah, she switched to that a long time ago. I know she was on the Amber one for a while.
So we see here we have, of course, Aurora coming down on our turn 1 for Daniela and being able to quest now, and then playing the Cinderella for free, and then playing another Cinderella Spectacular Singer, or not Spectacular Singer, but the Ballroom here. It's going to be great. And then we have Lady coming down with some Freds and Tramps here, which is going to be great. Now being able to kind of quest a little bit more and seeing if we can gain more lore pretty quickly, but Cinderella is singing Let the Storm Rage On. Back to the old days of Let the Storm Rage On with Cinderella turn 1. We will be missed.
Yeah, it's Tales all the time. Unfortunately, it's the wrong movie, but Everything but bells on this board right now. About to see. This looks like an okay start from Adam here too. I mean, I know his opponent's got two Cinderellas and an Aurora that's gonna keep letting her get out cheaper cards, but like he has the basis of what he would want. This is the only scary thing is if she finds like a whole new world or something here. But unfortunately, it looks like this Ariel is going to whiff like she does so many times.
Yeah, sadly, Ariel can miss here. I don't actually know how many songs she is playing in the deck, but I'm pretty sure she's playing at least over 16 and almost probably even 20 songs, maybe even more than that. Because I know I saw some songs that you don't normally see in the like typical Steel song list, but now we've seen a couple. I know she put those back in the altar, but I'm excited to see what other cards she's got going on here because there's some really interesting things.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine she's on, at least on like Zeus, Strength, Storm, Wheel, or not Wheel, Whole New World, and I'm not sure what else past that. I think one, no, that was in her Ruby Steel list. I think it was One Last Hope. So I'm not sure what else she might be on with a rotation, but uh, we'll have to see. I have no idea what she updated this to. I haven't actually asked her about it at all.
I believe she's still playing the Hope song, so I think she's actually playing that in here. I think that was one of the ones I
Oh,
saw,
really?
but I may be wrong. But we do get to see Beast being inked here, and it looked like a pretty shiny Beast too, which was I don't know exactly which Beast it was, but it was pretty shiny. And we see a whole new world being played here, sung by Ariel, just like how it is. And we're going to see everybody discard their hand and draw a fresh new 7 cards.
I mean, this is okay for Adam. He's simultaneously dislikes having her have 7 cards in her hand, but also needs the refill himself. So he just has to be careful about how he fights through the removal that's in her hand currently.
Yeah, no, Alex is definitely going to be
Oh, I say Adam. I apologize. Yes,
good, good.
Alex.
Yeah, so he is definitely got to fight through these songs coming down. Because, I mean, Daniela pretty much drew 3 Zeuses. Along came Zeus, and she can sing 2 of them and then even play one if she wanted to take care of any character coming down on board.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of he has to force her to use it. So he just needs to put decent threats down enough to just force her to say, hey, you have to throw all your removal and hope that he can fight through enough of it and still have a board at the end of it. At least right now, her challenge pressure isn't exactly super, super high, which is nice for him. But he's going to have a lot to deal with pretty soon here. I think the shifts are what's really scary for him.
Yeah, no, the shift is definitely going to be something to deal with here. And we see, of course, he's able to quest a lot here, and he's put down a daisy and another tramp here, and now he can start building a really wide board, and Daniela has to find a way to answer all these characters. And it's unless she's playing a lot of characters or that coming down on this board to sing those songs, or being able to even play maybe swords. Grab your swords here to kind of help wipe out these characters would be great.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's on Grab Your Swords. I don't know if she ever went back to playing it. She might be playing it for Infinity, though.
Yeah, I can't remember if she was or not. When I looked through her list, she's showing it to me afterwards. I'm not exactly sure, but I know she does have a lot of songs, so it wouldn't surprise me if she does. But it also wouldn't surprise me if
Yeah.
she doesn't either.
She's got like 2 or 3 beasts in her hand, and I kind of just wanted to play both. Just take 2 turns and play both, and just like have giant princesses. Oh, or shift. Okay, sure.
Yeah, Stout Hearted
This is
is pretty good
scary.
too.
Yeah, this is really tough for Alex to have to deal. Man, I have to remember the name. We have so many A names at the store. Um, Yeah, this Stoutheart is going to be really annoying. I actually don't know if he has a way to deal with this Stouthearted unless he's playing like World's Greatest Criminal Mind,
Yeah, no,
which
this
I
is definitely gonna be a rough one to
doubt.
deal with.
Yeah, Resist 2 is just so much for dogs to deal with.
Yeah, Stout-Hearted is still a scary card and Affinity, and it's definitely gonna be a tough one to deal with. But we do get to see Ariel sing Along Came Zeus, knocking out or banishing one of the tramps. And since we get to sing a song, the Cinderella can now attack readied characters and banishes the Daisy within the challenge. And we still have this Vanellope here that is on the board. And of course, since princesses were played, a lot of those characters do get to reduce their strength down by 1, which is good, but there's not a lot of damage going to be dealt back, so which is great. We got to take out 3 of the characters, which is good here, and we're going to see what Alex can do is if he can build a pretty wide board here, which is going to be what he needs to do to help deal with some of these characters.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever gets to deal with. I think he just has to shove his characters in her face and hope that she just can't deal with them at some point. This Clarabelle is an okay start, though. It at least can, like, threaten the Cinderella, or at least put a ton of damage on it, and hopefully get there eventually to get rid of it. But it might do a little bit too much damage before it goes down.
Yeah, and what's interesting here is we see this card that's kind of at the bottom of the screen here. That is a new card from set 9, Fabled, which is a Family Fishing Pole. Now this is a very interesting card, especially for these aggro decks, because it is a 2-cost item that states this card enters play exerted, and then you can exert it, pay 1, and then banish the item to return a chosen exerted character of yours to your hand to gain 2 lore. So this can definitely help protect some of your characters that you can play down again and then gain 2 lore from it. So it's almost like a Daisy could be questing for pretty much twice in one turn almost.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not sure exactly. Like I said, I haven't looked at like dogs infinity lists in a little bit. So I'm not sure if there's any like on play triggers that he's looking to really abuse. In terms other than like the tramp maybe. Um, but even then, without Chernabog, the tramp is like there's not a whole lot of benefit for that tramp. He might if he's playing the I guess he could be playing the lady Miss Park Avenue, the 5 ink 4/4, the shift lady. It says when you play this character, you can return up to 2 character cards with cost 2 or less from your discard to your hand. So he could try to like keep cycling her a bunch to refill his hand. So it's not card draw, but he's eventually going to have things banished on his side, and he just keeps getting them back, especially like Freds and stuff. How many times do you actually want to deal with a Fred?
Not a lot. I definitely don't want to deal with this threat a lot. I can tell you that.
Yeah, especially like against Daniela, where like her removal, while a lot, is finite, and so if he can fight through enough of it, she's gonna have to challenge Freds, which might just win him the game.
Now, I think this Cinderella here should only have 1 damage on it. Or, well, 2 damage, because I think it's at 3. It had 1 damage on it prior to the shift. But since she did get to play a princess character, this Ariel Sonic Warrior, it reduced the strength with Vanellope's effect. So I believe that she should be at 2, unless if Clarabelle is 5 attack.
Yeah, she's 5 strength.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I'm wrong.
I missed it. Yeah.
All right, now we get to see the new beast. We get to see this beast come down. He is a very strong card, now making all these princesses even stronger. And then we get to see Queen Censor Core, which is a very card that she really likes. This is a very fun card. Being able to gain lore for your princesses or queens at the beginning of your turn. You get a game one if you have a princess or a queen on the field, which is great.
It also lets her draw cards, I think. I know you can like pay a certain amount to reveal the top, and if it's a princess, I think you add it to your hand, which is like pretty good. It's not card draw, but it's card draw for her because she has so many princesses in the deck. It's just one of the reasons that she has to be a little bit careful about how many non-princesses she includes. But I think like the Beast and the if she's still on the Wreck-It Ralph, they're worth playing. The Wreck-It Ralph has come clutch for her so many times dealing with like locations or items she doesn't want to have to deal with. Mostly locations though. And she can even manage her own Queen Sensor core, which is nice to like just close out the game. But she just has to be a little careful sometimes.
Yeah. And we see being able to look at the top two cards, I believe. Is that the Big Fred's effect?
I gotta look.
I can't remember what his effect
I'll
does.
look him up real quick.
You don't get to see this card often, so this is definitely a interesting card being played. I know it shifts onto Fred. That's about all I remember. But I don't remember what its other effect does.
I know he searches for Floodborns. It's you reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a Floodborn. I wasn't sure if it was look at the top X amount or if it was go until you find a Floodborn. I just knew it was one of the two, but it is go until you find one. So he found the lady I was talking about earlier, the Miss Park Avenue, which is good because he has the fishing rod out too.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a good one here. Now he's kind of got this kind of playing down, being able to play it, bring some cards back, and then playing it down again if he needs to next turn, and then play these cheaper characters as well. Definitely going to be tough to deal with this board, though.
Well, the nice thing is he has this Stitch little trickster, and I don't know how much ink he has, but that could just, if he can use its ability and pump its damage up enough, he might just be able to get rid of the aerial, which is like the big problem.
Yeah, no, that aerial is definitely going to be a big one. I mean, now it is a 4 strength, 9 willpower card now with that beast, so it's going to be extremely hard to deal with. But it looked like he only had 1 ink remaining, but he just bounced it back the tramp here with the fishing pole so that he can do some more things with this tramp and hopefully like maybe get some more playing for the following turn. And who knows, he could get that Stitch powered up to take out this and knock out and banish this aerial.
Yeah, I think that's what he wants to hopefully, well, I would hope that's like what he wants to do is to try to hold the Stitch back and play the tram next turn and then use the rest of his ink to power the Stitch up enough to get rid of this aerial. It looks like he's just going to try and keep pushing the game. He still has that lady in his hand too, so even if this Stitch does go away, he can just get it back, which I guess is maybe part of his thought process is just, hey, I have this card. I'm just going to get the Stitch back, so I might as well get the lore out of it while I can.
Yeah, and now we get to see Wreck-It Ralph coming down here. Now, when he gets played, he gets banish a item or a location, and you get to gain lore off of it, which is nice. But it doesn't look like that's what she did here. Just a big body to then quest for game the following turn.
Yeah, the Wreck-It Ralph, that's on quest, not on play.
Oh, on quest? I'm sorry.
That's why she can't do it now, yeah.
Perfect. Well, didn't matter anyway, because now we're going into game 2.
I think the Cinderella and the Ariel back-to-back just locked up the game a little too quickly for him.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was seeing those many cards coming down pretty quickly, and then seeing the shift targets for a lot of those coming out pretty quick. It was definitely devastating. I mean, that Aurora definitely helped out bringing out those Cindy's and then bringing out the Ariel the following turn to then grab Whole New World, sing Whole New World, and pretty much just go crazy from there.
Yeah, I think the one thing that the Aurora kind of helps with is the uninkability issue that she kind of comes across sometimes when she plays this deck. There's just so many uninkable cards in Amber Steel that you can be playing that cutting any amount of them feels bad, but also you have to make room for your inkables. And so Aurora just says, "Hey, I'm gonna help you smooth out your ink by like, yeah, you may not have been able to ink this turn, but at least you got to play your aerial, um, to let you draw cards to hopefully get your own new world, which will hopefully allow you to ink. So it just kind of smooths out her draws a little bit, and unbricks her hand sometimes when like she just has a bunch of uninkables in her hand. I think
Yeah,
we see Alex on Under the Sea.
yeah, that is correct. You do see Under the Sea. This
Interesting.
can be a very interesting card coming out, and he does decide it looks like to keep that Under the Sea and only altering one card.
Interesting.
So this might be something we see being played here. If he can keep his characters on board and not being able to get banished by these songs being played and sung, then he might be able to play this and then clear off Danielle's board.
Yeah, unless she finds a beast. The beast really like undoes the Under the Sea. It just it makes all the targets that like would be viable for Under the Sea no longer unless it's like a small Cinderella. And even then, she's pretty high on like the power curve. Like I don't think not a lot of her deck has 2 or less power. It's like Aurora, Cinderella, and Ariel.
Yeah, I believe those are like the big three.
Yeah.
Oh, she does have Kita, the
Oh.
2-drop bodyguard Kita, and then
Yeah, and the
Vanellope.
Vanellope. Yeah. So there's an okay amount of targets. Okay.
Of
I mean,
course.
they're problematic targets, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely problematic. And now we get to see the Cinderella turn one, of course. And what does that normally lead to? Some song being sung the following turn. But we get to see Daisy and now this Tramp come out, and we get to it's a quest for a lot here.
Yeah, this is a pretty good play from him. This is definitely a strong start because even she actually doesn't have a target she can storm and actually banish. Uh, so she could do it, but it just means she's throwing damage around. Just decides to quest instead.
Yeah. I mean, this lady can definitely gain a lot of lore pretty quickly, which is nice. I mean, it was able to quest for 3 last turn, and maybe being able to quest for even more now.
Like he's already at 7. It's a lot. She does get the shift Kita though. That's pretty good for her.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one. We do get to see Stoutheart now being drawn for turn,
Oh my
and she
goodness.
does have this aerial spectacular singer in her hand, which can look for some of these songs that she may be needing. And of course, we see Ariel coming down here. Let's see, what songs can she get? Can she get a song, or is they going to without? We do see a whole new world here. So she is going to grab the whole new world and then put the rest at the bottom here. Everything else was like a Rapunzel, Cinderella, and that's really about it. I think there was, I can't remember what the
Yeah,
other one was, but that was the only good
I
ones.
didn't see it. I don't know that she wants to whole new world her hand away. She's got the Kita and the Cinderella already. Like that's like after that maybe she wants to wheel, but or like whole new world. But I think right now she's pretty okay with the board state.
Yeah, I think the sports state's definitely really good for her. And now we get to see Tramp being shift here into a fun little Tramp here.
Oh,
Now being able to
he's gonna
quest.
under the seer. Oh no. Oh no, is that just a quest? Okay, never mind.
Just a quest. We are not under the sea yet. I think this would have been a good time for
Couldn't
Under
yet?
the Sea. This would have been great. I mean, I think he still has the
That
Undersea in his
tramp?
hand.
Yeah, but then that tramp's a 7 cost, isn't it?
No, he's a 6. So it would only
Oh, okay,
been he's
okay.
only at 7 right now. So no, he couldn't have. I think he would probably wanted to with the tramp that he inked last turn,
Oh
the
yeah.
7 cost one. He would have probably done it with that.
Oh yeah. I thought that one was the 7 cost. They're so close in number.
And we see a Let the Storm Rage on from this next aerial, putting an Aurora and a Beast at the bottom of the deck. Man,
I mean, the Aurora she doesn't care so much about anymore.
Well, it didn't matter because she had one in hand anyway.
Yeah, they're not super until she gets that beast down, um, or like a beast down. I don't think it's gonna. That one's not gonna matter too much, but uh, it will discount her. Like now, she gets to play her Cinderella for next turn if she doesn't have something inkable that she wants to ink. Like I think she wants to keep the Kita and the other thing alive
Oh yeah.
in her hand. I mean, keep them around so that she can just shift onto them.
This is definitely a slower game, but it does look like Daniela is coming back from this. I mean, she is sitting at 3 lore, and Alex is sitting at 11 here. So we can see she's a little behind, but it looks like clearing the board, and now going to be have to deal with this tramp, and then whatever else comes out. Inking a Rockstar Stitch from Alex. Debating on what else he's going to play here. He's going to play another fishing pole, and then having it tramp just quest here.
Yeah, not something. I don't think that's what he wanted to see, unfortunately.
No, but we do get to play this other fishing pole. So bouncing back the tramp, then playing down our 2-cost tramp to at least have a character on board so that he can possibly even bounce back with this next fishing pole and shift as well as the next turn.
Yeah, I think that's what he's hoping to do. But even that only puts him at 19. He's got to find another. He's got to find another lore somewhere.
I mean, the nice thing is Daniela does have this whole new world, so she can kind of set this tempo off a little bit. It does give him more cards, so he does have the option to get it, but he can not draw nothing from this whole new world. I mean, he can draw a little bit, but maybe not what he needs. So that is a option here.
Yeah. Well, I think, like I said, I think in her situation, I don't think she really wants to even play this on the road. Her hand is like solid as it is. She knows he has at least one card in his hand. She knows is pretty dead because he hasn't played it in at all. It's been sitting in his hand forever. And she knows the tramp is in his hand, so she knows that she's not completely done for, and she just found the strength, so she can finish this tramp and not have to worry too much about it either.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the way to handle it right there. Just get rid of it there, and now just quest all with all your characters here, getting an extra 3 lore here, going to 7.
I guess now she could hold New World because she has this queen. She can exchange the auroras that she doesn't need anymore into the big Cinderella or the big Kita that's in her hand.
Oh yeah, and now we get to
If she
see
wants to refill.
this tramp being played, not being able to shift, just hard playing this tramp for 6 ink and hoping it sticks around because it's going to be definitely something he needs at this point to kind of either sing songs or to just take care of some of these characters here.
I think he's got to start pushing for the end of the game. I think even if he gets to next turn, he's gonna have to do the same thing. Like I think he has to quest with this tramp, bounce it back, probably ink the tramp, and then hope that maybe she doesn't play anything that has 5 or higher or 2 or higher strength, so he can under the sea. Because he's at 6, so he only needs 2 more.
Yeah, he's pretty close. He could get to this under the sea, and that's probably what he will do next turn here is to get to that point. But
unless this thing gets smoked.
It might, or we just see everybody quest here and see what happens.
Yeah, no,
I mean, we get a quest for 7, an extra 7, so we're going to 14. So this definitely is pushing lethal at this point. Yeah. He needs to find something that gains him a lore pretty quickly here, and it's going to be rough.
I don't think there's anything he can do about it. Not knowing that he has this Under the Sea in his hand, I don't think there's much he can do. Because he can quest for 2, goes to 17. He can use the fishing pole, go to 19. But then he doesn't have the... He's off by 1. That stinks.
Yeah, and he has, I think, the Shift Fred in hand. And yeah, that's it.
Much.
Man. He was trying to go for
I
it, and
wonder-
he just couldn't get it.
I wonder if that one turn he got the tramp back, if he was supposed to ink that 2-cost tramp and try to play towards the Under the Sea.
That could have been an option, but I think that probably would have been a better option because he knew that it was the only character on board, and probably knowing that there was going to be a song being played with as many characters that can sing, probably have been a good option to play that and put it in there just so that he can get to that Under the Sea quicker.
Yeah, and then he can, because he can still hard play the big tramp and fish pull it back again. It's still gaining him the 2. It keeps the tramp in his hand. Like you said, knows that if he sees a big Cinderella and a song, like it can get attacked either way. So putting something that has 5 or higher higher than 5 willpower would be better than putting, something with less than that. But he was pretty desperate at that point anyway. He knew she had a whole new world in her hand, but she was never gonna play it if she didn't have to. Not in that situation.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it was definitely a very interesting spot. I mean, we see a bunch of characters came down on Daniela's board here, and it was just going to be hard to deal with because they can all sing songs that can remove pretty much anything and everything on Alex's side of the board, and just trying to being able to answer that is really rough to do. And Under the Sea was probably the answer, and it's just, if you don't get to it, you can't get to it, and that's unfortunate. But that's the game, though.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this week of Infinity. If you guys want to see more Infinity matches, let us know down in the comments down below and hit that like button and show us that you guys like this and enjoy these videos here. And hit the subscribe button to get notified of new videos just like this one here, because we will be going into rotation with Fabled next week and seeing what decks are doing pretty good. Because, I mean, I've been seeing some pretty good decks from other tournaments. But let's see what locals can bring to us next week. So stay tuned. And until then, we will see you next time. Bye.